Hey everybody, it's Brett Eldredge. You're about to watch me answer all of your questions from my Ask Anything chat. Thanks Cody, Allen, and CMT for putting this out the same day as Illinois. Here we go. All right. I was just getting excited there. I forgot that I had to actually answer your question, so here we go. Alyssa from Garner, if you could sing with anyone dead or alive, who would it be? Alyssa, I'm going to have to say Frank Sinatra all day long. I always will. I always say that because it's true. Cindy from Talkeetna. I don't know where that is, but I like it already. What song on Illinois is your favorite and why? I'd say Wanna Be That Song is definitely my favorite song on this album. It's just a song that, kind of explains in my life how what I want to do with my music. I want to be that song that might be a part of your life in a way that's a soundtrack to your life, whether it's a song that makes you fall in love or makes you laugh or makes you cry, makes you fall. That's the kind of song and that's the kind of music that I want to make is something that'll move you. And I hope I got one on here that moves you like Want to Be That Song. Rosario from Buenos Aires. Nice. I would love to come there sometime if you'd invite me. What did you decide to name the album Illinois? I'm from Paris, Illinois. I always wanted to name an album Illinois. It's just like I could picture it in my head for so long that it would be so cool to have my name and then Illinois right underneath it in big letters. And I just held an album with Illinois and my name above it. And that's crazy. So it actually came true. So there it is. Madeline from Antioch. What's your favorite place in Illinois? Paris, Illinois has to be it. Behind that is Chicago. I love Chicago. I love that city. I love Springfield, the capital. I love a lot of Illinois, probably more than some people even know. Caitlin from Nashville, what is a song that you've dreamed of doing that you haven't had the chance to do yet? What is one thing you've dreamed of doing? I would say I want to play a show in an underwater cave. Sounds pretty weird, right? But I want to do it. I want to play a show in an underwater cave. I've already got it figured out. So be watching for the tickets to that. And get your scuba gear on. Thanks, Caitlin. Victoria from Allen Park. You obviously love peanut butter. Which do you like more, crunchy or smooth? Smooth all day long. Keeps you fresh. Smooth peanut butter. I like them both, though. I really don't care. Amy from Chagrin Falls. What's been the funniest thing that a fan has done at a meet and greet? I don't know. You get a lot of drunk fans at meet and greets, and one time one of them fell into the backdrop where it says my name and knocked it over, and that got really awkward for a while. And they kindly escorted her away, but I still gave her a hug and said we all get little tipsy every once in a while, whether we're drunk or not. We're just crazy. Brianna from New Jersey. If you could do a duet with any current female country artist right now, who would it be and why? It's a tough one, Brianna. There's a lot of good choices here. I'd probably say I'd like to do a song with Carrie Underwood. I just love her voice. It's such a huge, powerful voice, and I love powerful singers, and she definitely has one of those. So let's go Carrie Underwood for sure. Let's belt it out. Allison from Tulsa, what are some of your favorite things to do when you have some free time? Well, Allison, I would say I like to go fishing. It's my favorite thing in the world. Second, I like to go to the beach. Third, I like to go to a bar on the beach. Fourth, I like to drink on the beach. There you go, Allison. Those are my favorite hobbies. Gina from St. Petersburg, who do you think is the funniest country artist on Twitter? I think Blake's kind of owned that spot for a while. I think Blake Shelton's just always funny on there, and he's not afraid to say really crazy, dumb stuff, and he doesn't have a filter on it, which is kind of my style. I kind of learned a lot of to be free with my randomness on Twitter because Blake does, and I just try to be random and crazier. Melissa from Blanchester. I'm not sure where that is, but it sounds really cool. Who is the first concert you've ever been to? Who is the first concert you've ever been to? It's a pretty random one, but I think Nelly was up there. He had the Band-Aid under his eye. He was really cool. I wanted to be I just wanted to like be right there in the crowd. And my brother got me nosebleed tickets, and I wanted to be in there and living it up. And it was, being from the Midwest, it was such a big thing. And so Nelly was probably one of my first concerts. And it smelled like somebody was smoking a left-handed cigarette in the crowd, if you know what I'm saying there, Melissa. Debbie from Toledo, that's the first time I ever smelled that. Debbie from Toledo, what's the most exciting thing going on tour with? What's the most exciting thing about going on tour with Thomas Rhett? I think the most exciting thing is the fact that I get to hang out with somebody that I really like to make music with and I like to hang out with. I mean, I'd hang out with them off stage, I'll hang out with them on stage, and we just have fun. And that's what it's supposed to be all about. So for sure, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to party it up. We're going to have fun. So I better see you at the show, Debbie. If you don't come, I'll be upset. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching you. Chris from Portland, who is your favorite artist to see live? I saw Ed Sheeran recently. Ed Sheeran is incredible. He is such a personality on stage that's relaxed, but yet ready for the party at the same time. He builds all these guitar parts and tracks and beats and all this stuff right there on stage by himself without a band, and that takes a lot of talent. So you got to give big props to Ed Sheeran. I love him. Kaylee from Eugene. I was just in Eugene, Kaylee. I went, if you're talking about Eugene, Oregon, I just went there and I went, what do you call it? Whitewater rafting down the river there. And it was awesome. And I wish you were there. Maybe you were. What are your greatest moments of your career as of now? I would say winning the CMA last year for New Artist of the Year was a huge step for me and took me to a whole nother level. Getting my first #1 song was a huge accomplishment because I've always dreamed of having a #1 song or just one song that people heard, and then now I have several of them, and it's a great feeling. Emily from Madison. Ooh, you got a good one here. I absolutely love every song from Emily that you've released so far. What song are you most looking forward to playing live and hearing it being sung back to you? Probably Drunk on Your Love. It's such a sing-alongy kind of song. If that's a word, sing-alongy. But I love those sing-along kind of songs. And when the crowd is just out there belting out the top of their lungs and they don't have to think about it, they just open their mouth and sing it and have fun with it. When you guys have fun with it, I'm having a blast with it. And that's the kind of song that I can hear people belting out. And I already started to hear it a little bit. So I'll be looking for you. All right? I'm looking for you, Emily. I'm looking for you singing Drunk on Your Love. Alexa from Atlanta, which song in Illinois has the most meaning behind it? I think that definitely goes to Illinois. Title track. It's a lot of 100% about who I am, where I come from, how it's made me who I am, and how it reminds me and hopefully everyone else that no matter where you go in life, your roots are most important. They always remind you of where you came from and never to forget where you come from. There you go, Alexa. Heather from Tampa, what is your favorite process in making an album? I like the knitting process for my clothing. I knit for like a couple of days straight where my eyes start to like almost bleed. They're so tired of knitting. And then I knit, and then I get that outfit perfect, and I take photos. And then after that, I get real excited about recording. But I love the actual recording process. I don't knit, sorry. I love the recording process of just getting in there and being creative and creating something that is your complete work of art, that you can literally make up any noises, you could do anything, and you have the freedom of doing it, and just the searching of where it's going to go and where it's going to take you. It's just the most magical feeling. Diane from Saco. I don't know if that's Sacramento or if there's a town called Saco, but if there's a town called Saco, that's pretty cool. What is your favorite venue to play? The Grand Ole Opry has to be one of them. I would just say the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee. They're just amazing venues and definitely unique, unlike any other place. Jenna from Oshawa. Who is your biggest inspiration in writing country music? My grandfather was a huge part of my life. And when he passed, he left behind a lot of amazing stories. He was, the most incredible storyteller and larger-than-life kind of individual. And so my grandfather really inspired me to write songs and see life in a crazy, bigger picture. Like the movie Big Fish, if you've ever seen that, that was like my grandfather. But his stories were almost always true. They always turned out to be true. And so I try to live life with the stories and live to write them as well. Aaron from Hudson, what is the best prank you've pulled on someone? I hid Brad Paisley's Corvette and I put a Camaro in its place as a toy car, a little RC car, and or it was like Hot Wheels, I guess, and hid his Corvette, and he was definitely stunned and shocked. Heather from Statesville, if you had to pick a moment that was best from the Southern Style Tour, what would it be? Darius and I sang Frank Sinatra together, and it was so much fun. We sang the second to last night of the tour and broke out Frank Sinatra with a big band. It was so cool. Henry from Lehigh. Henry from Lehigh, you're the last question. Would you ever consider recording a studio version? I think I've had enough. My managers are trying to make me do that right now, actually. So be watching out for that on a future album. But for now, that's all I have for this chat. Thank you guys so much. Go out there and get the Illinois album. Tell your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, and everybody you've ever met